tikulandireninso masana ano pamene tikupitiriza kukupatsirani zokambirana za phungu mnyumba ya malamulo. Dzina langa ndi Rachel Gonani. Monga ananenera otsogolera zokambirana mnyumbayi amene wakhale mtsogoleri wa aphungu mnyumbayi asanapite ku nkhomaliro. Masana ano aphungu akuyembekezeka kumalizitsa kuyikirapo ndemanga pa zimene adayankhula mtsogoleri wa dziko lino Dr. Lazarus Magathi Chakwera pa 9 February 2024 ku mtundu wa Malawi. Tiyeni tikhale limodzi. Welcome back. Remember, you are watching Parliament Television and we continue with the live coverage of the 2024-2025 budget meeting. As the leader of the House guided earlier on, the House would dedicate this afternoon to winding up general debate on the State of the Nation address delivered by His Excellency, the President, Dr. Lazarus Magathi Chakwera, on 9 February 2024. Let's follow through together.
Leader of the House.
Right Honorable Second Deputy Speaker, good afternoon. I rise to beg that we waive the order paper in order for us to tackle current business, State of the Nation address, continuation of debate. I beg to move.
Thank you. Honorable members, I now put a question, and the question is that today's order paper be waived in order for the House to tackle a debate on the SONA. Those of that opinion say aye. Those of the contrary opinion say no. The ayes have it. The motion is carried.
Government business, item 3A. Motion on the President's State of the Nation address, that this House do agree with the State of the Nation address graciously delivered by His Excellency the President, Dr. Lazarus McCarthy Chakwera, on Friday, 9th February 2024.
Thank you. I'm told that Honorable for Mulanje West remained with the 2 minutes yesterday. So we can make it 4 minutes, no problem. Thank you. You have the floor.
Madam Speaker, Madam Second Deputy Speaker, thank you very much for giving me this chance to continue from where I stopped yesterday.
Order, honorable members. Order. Order.
Madam Second Deputy Speaker, the people of Mulanje West and the Malawians generally were glued to the TV or radio when the President was in this chamber on the 9th of February 2024, listening to the State of the Nation address. Madam Speaker, these people were eager to hear about some of the reforms the government of Dr. Lazarus Chakwera will outline as regards to the judiciary. Madam Speaker, yourself and myself attended the National Conference on Separation of Powers in June 2023, at which it was generally agreed that the reforms at the judicial arm of government. Madam Speaker.
Honorable member, I will recognize you after him because he has a few minutes. Thank you.
Madam Speaker, on top of what you have just said, there were already more than 2 points of orders yesterday as I was holding the floor. So I congratulate you for not entertaining those malicious point of orders. Madam Speaker, it is very important that there should be some reforms in the judiciary because of the issues that everyone knows about what is happening in as far as the judiciary is concerned. Madam Speaker, in the SONA that the President presented here on the 9th of February, we expected the President to tell us as to how they are going to handle the Judicial Service Commission bill, because we expected that this bill will come in this sitting of Parliament, but we haven't seen anything, or there is no any indication that the government is ready to table this bill in this House in this current sitting. Madam Speaker, there is need for us to have this bill because we had some meetings as Legal Affairs Committee with certain stakeholders, and these included the judiciary itself, the Malay Law Society, the Ministry of Justice and Constitutional Affairs. All these stakeholders, Right Honorable Second Deputy Speaker, agreed that there is need for us to have a law that will take care of the affairs of the judiciary.
Consider winding up, Honorable.
Madam Speaker, as I wind up, there is need. Martin Luther King Jr. once said that, and I quote, "Injustice anywhere is a threat to justice everywhere. We are caught in an inescapable network of mutuality, tied in a single garment of destiny. Whatever affects one directly affects all indirectly." Madam Speaker, justice is the sum of all moral duty, as was stated by William Godwin. We must increase accountability and funding in the judicial arm. It is urgent, and we the people of Mulanje West are surprised that the President does not see it that way. We must make justice available and accessible to the ordinary people, and the SONA by the President does not give that hope. With these very few remarks, Right Second Deputy Speaker, I beg to stop. Thank you.
Thank you very much. What has gone out of order from Zomba Malosa? Machinga East.
Madam Second Deputy Speaker, since the President opened this Parliament, each and every member has been lamenting that there is hunger outside there in our constituencies. And I'm one of the people who contributed yesterday asking government to come in quickly. Now I'm seeing communication here that the Honorable Minister of Information and Digitalization, they are making a press briefing somewhere, leaving this house aside. How serious is the government taking this house? Because all members of Parliament, we are here. This is the very good platform for government to address the nation. Would the leader of the House explain on this one? Madam Speaker, I submit.
Right Honorable Speaker.
Thank you very much, Honorable.
It is good to understand how government operates. People that have given donation and the Minister of Information, they are gathering somewhere and they are holding a press conference. What is the problem with that? So you want to bring people, NGOs in this house? I think let's mature in the way how we understand things sometimes. And also, I want to ask the members of Parliament for Machinga. We sent maize to Machinga this morning, and then at Intaja, a truck was actually taken by vendors. We are sending maize just this morning to Machinga. So you should work out. First, it was your councillor who stole the whole truck of maize. Your councillor stole the whole truck of maize, which government had sent to support the cyclone. And today, this morning, another truck. Member. Listen, Madam Second Deputy Speaker, I'm talking about today, this morning, at Intaja, in Machinga. Another truck got lost, and grateful to the Honorable Homeland Minister for rescuing that truck. So when we say that there is hunger, it doesn't mean there's nothing we are doing. We were in Machinga this morning. There is hunger, yes, but Dr. Chakwera is trying his best.
Machinga East, resume your seat.
The Honorable Minister to explain what he is explaining properly, to inform the nation whether maize at Intaja has been stolen.
Resume your seat, Honorable. Honorable members, Honorable Leader, the councillor stealing maize has nothing to do with what the Honorable Member said, but anyway, we are not on that issue. I know you were trying to clarify.
Second Deputy Speaker, maize meant for people of Machinga, stolen in Machinga. The one asking is a member from Machinga, and the maize is for fighting hunger. Why are these not related?
Honorable Leader, the incident happened some time back, not now. She's talking about today.
Madam, the maize at Intaja, it has happened today, this morning.
You mean the councillor has stolen maize today?
Apart from the councillor and the others, today at Intaja. and Ntaja is in Machinga.
Honorable members, please. The issue under discussion here is the SONA. May we continue with that, please?
Speaker, do we have homeland security in the country if people are just stealing government properties like that? We have security in this country.
Member, I have not recognized you. Honorable ministers is standing. May you please let us give a chance to honorable members who were recognized yesterday to contribute to the SONA, then I'll come back to you. Honorable members, I have a list here of honorable members who were recognized yesterday. Let me start with Nzimba Southeast. You have your 10 minutes, Honorable.
Thank you. Thank you so much. Second Deputy Speaker, for recognizing the people of Nzimba Southeast to contribute to the SONA, which was delivered in this House on 9th February 2024 by His Excellency the President.
The mic is echoing. I don't know why.
Thank you, Second Deputy Speaker, for recognizing the people of Nzimba Southeast to make a contribution to the State of the Nation address, which was delivered in this House on 9th February 2024. Second Deputy Speaker, me and the people of Nzimba Southeast, we are very, very much grateful to His Excellency for that powerful SONA that he delivered in this House.
Honorable member, we are not writing English examination here. Proceed, Honorable.
First Deputy Speaker, I meant we are the people and myself. So if we cannot understand this simple English as a council, then we have a problem in this country. So the people of Nzimba Southeast, actually, Second Deputy Speaker, when the President was delivering the SONA, he mentioned a number of issues that he has done in this country and planning to continue to do in this country. Second Deputy Speaker, you remember vividly very well in the past that in this country, we have several parastatal countries in these organizations. As a matter of fact, in those days, there were some people who were siphoning a lot of money in those parastatals. Almost each and every parastatal in this country was suffocating, verge of collapsing. But when you hear what the President said here, he mentioned that a number of parastatals now, they are making profits because of his leadership. Just for example, Second Deputy Speaker, we are talking of ESCOM. In the past years with that administration that was there, the front bench of that side, each and every one had an allocation at ESCOM to draw fuel for their personal use. But now, we are talking of ESCOM now registering about 4 billion as a profit. We are talking of several of them that registering. That is a direction that we wanted that President should take that direction. We as the people of Nzimba Southeast, Second Deputy Speaker, we have benefited a lot, and in totality, we agree to the SONA that was presented. Just for information, Second Deputy Speaker, I come from Nzimba District. Nzimba District is one of the 5 districts, 6 districts in the north. But according to data that we had in 2020 on presidential election, about 51.9% of the total vote of the north was contributed from Mzimba district. So sometimes when I stand here speaking about Mzimba, I know the potential that Mzimba has. I have mentioned here now and again about the very crucial road that the people of Mzimba are looking for. This is the Kakwale, Kosolo, Kasitu road. It's about 80-kilometer road, Second Deputy Speaker. When we mention this road, I don't mention this road for my own personal benefit. I mention this road for the benefit of the vulnerable people that have the farm produce that they want to sell outside there. As for me as a person, I'm already taken care of because of the development that the president has done through the rising of CDF. Second Deputy Speaker, in Mzimba Southeast, when the president in the first zone announced the increase of CDF, some people thought maybe it was just a joke. But when you go to Mzimba Southeast today, you will see a remarkable change that has happened there. We are talking of development. Second Deputy Speaker, Madam, through CDF, we have constructed a very big, huge and beautiful OPD clinic at Kosoro, which will be opened soon by the Minister of Health. Mzimba Southeast, Second Deputy Speaker, Madam, had no any police unit the time I was elected as Member of Parliament. But because of the initiative, because of the sharp leadership, because of the vision of His Excellency the President, Dr. Lazarus Makasse Chakwera, we have managed to construct each police station in each ward. We are talking of Kosolo Police Station, and we are talking of Kosolo or Kanjuchi Ward Police Station. Not only that, we have done more than 55 projects through the CDF. Second Deputy Speaker, Madam. Those are the projects that if you can go there, you cannot understand that this project, that the project from CDF. Second Deputy Speaker, Madam, I'm not surprised with the comments that are coming from that side, because these people, they were used to crooked means of getting
Address
things.
the chair, Honorable.
Yes, I'm addressing the chair, but there are some background noise, so I want them to be courageous enough to stand and speak. So, yesterday I was with the chiefs in my constituency, Second Deputy Speaker. They were asking me that we heard that some people were commenting that the sauna is empty. Say, where did you get it? And I heard from some other sources. And we are surprised that are those people, real people, that they can say that sauna was empty. Then I told them that in Parliament, we have several political parties that respond to the sauna. For those political parties that responded at that particular time, there was no any political party that said the sauna was empty. Where did you hear that? Then they said that there were some people who were making some gathering somewhere. Then I said, no. But the leader of opposition, the leader of opposition responded to that sauna in here. And he outlined the issues and pointed the strength that the president highlighted in that sauna. So, Second Deputy Speaker, Madam, if a political party cannot stand in his house and respond to that sauna, even given an opportunity, they turn that opportunity down and they go outside there and lie to people that sauna was empty. Does that make any sense? So I was responding this to the people of Mzimba South, especially the chiefs that gathered at Kanjuchi Community Day Secondary School. That gathered at Kanjuchi Secondary School, Community Day Secondary School. First Deputy Speaker.
Honorable Member, may you resume your seat? What has gone out of order?
Is it in order, Madam Second Deputy Speaker, for the member that is currently holding the floor to tell the nation that he is using CDF, which is 100 million, and he's got 55 projects. Amongst them, he has built 4 police units. Are these police units worth the value that they deserve? I'm asking this because we had a toilet somewhere circulating in the newspapers that has never lasted. So let's be realistic, Madam Speaker.
Honorable Member, I've heard you. Honorable Member, I rule you out of order because the Honorable Member has been in the House for 4 years now, but he has not said the 55 projects are for 1 year. No, it could be the 4 years. We never know. He has not mentioned that. So I rule you out of order. Honorable Member, please continue.
Thank you, Second Deputy Speaker, Madam, for giving me again this opportunity to respond. Second Deputy Speaker, I am a very seasoned politician. I am a seasoned politician. I started politics way back. I have held senior political position, several senior political positions. I have a reputation to protect, and I don't think there is any reason I should lie here. Those that think that what I'm saying are lies, I can take you to my constituency and see.
Proceed, Honorable, I hear you.
Oh, thank you. Second Deputy Speaker, Madam. Second Deputy Speaker, Madam. The people of Mzimba South and the North in general, when I was passing through Gender, coming this side, they stopped me again asking me what is happening at Parliament. Then I was surprised. I was surprised. What is it that's happening in Parliament? They told me that they heard that we had a whip from DPP who was John Mwase from North. And then...
Honorable Member, avoid mentioning names that are not here. And consider winding up. Order, Honorable Members, order. Order, Honorable Members.
Second Deputy Speaker, Madam,
order.
They told me that now they have replaced the Honorable Member from Hadabe Northwest with Lumpi East. Honorable Member for Lumpi East. Lumpi North, I mean Lumpi North. But within a short period of time again, the Lumpi North MP was removed from that position and replaced from someone from Mulanje Toro. So
Honorable Member, with these few remarks.
No. I'm representing the people, the message that they gave me. Yes. So I want to represent it here. Yes. So that this is the politics, this is the House of Records. Whatever is happening here must be taught without any interference.
But you had 10 minutes, Honorable.
This is part of the SONA, because in that SONA, the President also mentioned that he has done development across the country without looking at regional or any type. So now, when there's a political party in this country that only think that it's only a particular type that is affiliated to this party, we have a problem in the North. Second Deputy Speaker, Madam. So the people there, they were asking me about
these remarks.
They were asking me about this. Second Deputy Speaker, Madam. So I had nothing to answer to them, but I said that I will deliver the message through my response, through the State of National Address. Second Deputy Speaker, Madam, with these few remarks, although my minutes were taken the time that he was making a point of order, I was counting there. I've only done 7.5 minutes, so I'm learning 2.5 minutes. So
Honorable, you were supposed. No. I gave you 3 minutes extra, Honorable, for a point of order. Because of the point of order that you had, I gave you 3 minutes extra.
What time did I start?
Honorable, don't ask me those questions. I have calculated.
No, because I was reading here.
I'm able to calculate. Thank you.
Okay, thank you. Much obliged, Second Deputy Speaker. Thank you so much.
Thank you.
I'm making some concluding remarks. The people of Mzimba Southeast fully support the SONA, and we are going to support the president to fulfill all the promises that he has made in the SONA. We have already seen the fruits. I've given an example of Mzimba Southeast and several projects. If you have heard, I was passing through Mzimba, the Mombera University.
Honorable member for Rumpi East.
Thank you.
Those members were recognized yesterday, Honorable.
Thank you, second Madam Speaker. Madam Second Deputy Speaker.
Honorable member for Rumpi East, we have a point of order. Chiradzulu West.
Madam Second Deputy Speaker, my point of order is for the honorable member who has just resumed the seat. The honorable member, is it from Mzimba Southeast? Is it in order? Is it in order, Madam Speaker, for the honorable member to be supporting a president for another party when he has already his own president, and we know the president for his party? Have we changed the allegiance? Have we changed the allegiance? Because you have only president, you have a president whom we know. Now you are saying we want to support another president. What are you trying to say, Madam Speaker?
Second Deputy Speaker.
Honorable, have I given you the floor? Have I given you the floor? He stood on a point of order and you want to respond to a point of order. No, resume your seat. Resume your seat. Resume your seat, Honorable. Rumpi East, you have the floor.
Then you haven't ruled.
Thank you, Madam Second Deputy Speaker. I would like to thank...
Honorable member. Which submission? You have the floor.
Thank you very much, Second Deputy Speaker, for recognizing Doha West to raise a very important point of order. Was it in order for the honorable member for Mzimba Southeast to mention all the good things that this government has done, and he forgets that Kakwale Duangwa Road, Kosoro Road is amongst the critical projects that this government has actually awarded to the
Honorable member, we have to make progress. This point of order, some of these point of orders are not necessary. No, Honorable. I will not give you space, Honorable. Honorable members, we had 2 points of orders when Rumpi East was holding the floor. So I will not give you space until Rumpi East concludes. Rumpi East, you have the floor.
Thank you, Madam. Thank you, Madam the Deputy Speaker. Thank you for giving the floor.
Order, honorable members.
Thank you, Second Deputy. Thank you, Second Deputy Speaker. I would like to thank you for giving the opportunity to the people of Rumpi East to contribute to SONA. But before I do that, I was expecting, Madam Second Deputy Speaker, especially when people were contributing to the SONA, to at least recognize Prophet Shepherd Bushire for a good work that he's doing for the people out there. I have in mind people, I was expecting it from Mulanje Southwest, because the Prophet had been there to assist the people there. So I was expecting him to acknowledge the good work that the Prophet is doing in that.
Honorable member, we had 2 points of orders.
Particular.
And no.
Maybe I might have missed.
I will give you a chance after him.
I might have missed the constituency, but it was this Mkando where the honorable member that was honorable Ntenda was actually coming from. So why I'm mentioning his name, because I might have missed the constituency with the Mlanje West and the Mlanje South, whatever West it is. So you may forgive me if I did miss that in the process. But I was expecting that people would be able to acknowledge the good work of the Prophet Shepherd Bushire, Major One, for what he's doing for the people. And I would like him to extend that to other constituencies that are in need of that services. And it is my humble duty that indeed he should extend that to other constituencies as well, so that the people who are in dire need of that assistance, they should get it. And this is the work that I was expecting this House to acknowledge. Then let me proceed. But I will have to quote this book, the Constitution, and I'll read section 12. I'll read section 12 of the Constitution. Section 12 of the Constitution, Madam Second Deputy Speaker, it is saying, this Constitution is founded upon the following underlying: all legal and political authority of the state derives from the people of Malawi and shall be exercised in accordance with this Constitution. B, all persons responsible for the exercise of power of state do so on trust and shall only exercise such power to the extent of their lawful authority and in accordance with these responsibilities to the people of Malawi. C, the authority to exercise power of state is conditional upon the sustained trust of the people of Malawi, and that trust can be maintained through open, accountable, transparent government and informed democratic choices. D, the inherent dignity and worth of each human being requires that the state and all persons shall recognize, protect human rights, afford the fullest protection to the rights and views of all individuals, groups, and minorities, whether or not they are entitled to vote. As all persons have equal status before the law, the only justifiable limitations to the lawful rights are those necessary to ensure peaceful human interaction in an open and democratic society. If you look at this Constitution, it's giving each and every Malawian the right to this, what is enshrined in this Constitution. But if you look at the SONA is a program, a vision of what the budget is going to say. And it is a program of the activities that the government is going to do for the people of Malawi through figures, and this is the budget. But on this budget, I went through the budget that I went through the SONA. I went through the SONA. On this
Order, honorable members, order.
Excuse me, it's a slip
No,
of
no, no,
tongue.
no, no, no. He
It's
has
a slip of
said, he
tongue.
has corrected it
It's
to
a
say
slip of
he has
tongue.
went through
Sorry,
the
it's a slip of
SONA.
tongue. It's a slip
No,
of
it
tongue.
was just a flip of the...
It's a slip of tongue.
No, he has said it.
It's a slip of tongue. Anyway, if I go through the SONA, I look at my constituency, Rumpist, I have a cry for the people of Rumpist. The road between Chiweta and Mlowe is not in that SONA, and it is not giving that hope to that SONA.
Point of order.
Honorable Minister, I think it will be hard for me because we already had 2 points of orders. If it is you want to clarify a point, then you come after him. Sorry?
If I go through that...
No, we already had 2 when he was holding the floor.
If I go through that SONA is not giving a
It is
hope
the one
to the people of Rumpi East.
No, yes, it was on you, but he has been disturbed twice. He has been disturbed twice, so that's enough.
They are in dire need of assistance. Why am I saying this? Because in the SONA, it is not giving those people of Rumpi East a hope. The people of Rumpi East, they are looking for at least a share of this national cake. But this share of national cake, it is not there for the people of Rumpi East. Now I ask, are we not part of Malawi? Are we not Malawi?
But honorable member, the SONA does not carry out each and every project that will be done in the budget.
This is my statement. This is my statement on behalf of people of Rumpi. Yes, it may not be like that, but a hope of a certain nature is supposed to be included in that particular SONA. The SONA does indeed give a little bit of relief by talking to a CDF. A CDF has been always, and it will be, that hope that it will give the people of Rumpi East a little bit of a relief when it comes to development. Why am I saying this? The little money that is given through CDF, it has indeed done some wonders, of which I must recommend the government for at least to come up with something that would be meaningful to a particular project in Rumpi East. Why am I saying this? When it was 30 million, it did not at least give a meaning to the meaning that is giving now with this 100 million. So I must indeed thank you, the government and the president for actually increasing that to 100 million. But more so, you know, when you look at this CDF, it is the whole Malawi, all the constituencies, they're enjoying that. But when it comes to individual national projects, Rumpi East has that linear approach.
Consider winding up,
that
honorable.
linear approach, we are appealing to government that don't just come with linear projects, but come up with projects that will assist the people of Rumpi East. This is why I had to come up with section 12 of the Constitution, because it is giving power to me from Rumpi East that I should not be discriminated against, because these people of Rumpi East, they are also Malawians. Now, there's a shortage, acute shortage of maize. People are dying out of hunger. I am appealing to the government to actually come with something so that the people of Rumpi are given that relief. Chiweta Murowe Road, it is a very important 12 kilometers only, but we have been singing this song year in, year out, year in, about the same road, and they are not even giving us anything. and they are not even talking about anything. They are not even listening anything. They are not even coming up with anything. And they are only saying, we shall do this, we shall do that. And this you should know, that Malawi is not your country only. Malawi is the country of everybody. And some of us, when we are appealing to government, we want them to listen, because the people of Rumpis, they're sick and tired of being treated as if they're Tanzanians. If you want us to belong to Tanzania, I'm ready.
With these remarks,
because we don't have to be treated as if we're second citizen. Lumpi is a hub of political activities. All
with these remarks, Honorable,
here, they are from that particular district. It may be a small district, but it has an impact when it comes to revolution and the political change of this country. Since the days of Kamuzu Banda, Rumpi East was an active political place.
Resume your seat, Honorable. Resume your seat. Honorable, resume your seat. I'm talking to you, Rumpi East. Resume your seat. You had your 10 minutes. Resume your seat. Honorable member for the South, I did recognize the Honorable Minister of Trade here first. Honorable Minister, I'll come back to you.
Thank you, Second Deputy Speaker. I know you provided the guidance midway. I think your office oriented all of us as honorable members when we first came in the House, and I'm sure Rumpi East was part of that orientation, and I'm happy that you already gave the guidance that the SONA is a policy statement. It does not include the particulars of constituencies, and just this morning, somebody was asking the Minister for Homeland that not too many issues from Homeland were highlighted in the SONA. So too, Minister of Trade, because SONA is only delivered in an hour or two, it cannot include all the operations of ministries, talk less of our constituencies one by one. So during the orientation, we were told, and perhaps the Honourable Member for Rumpi East has forgotten, that SONA is different from a budget statement, and I'm happy that you enlightened us again this afternoon, Deputy Speaker, that members should know and learn to differentiate a budget statement and a SONA statement. Thank you, Deputy Speaker.
Thank you very much, Honorable.
I know it very well. Better than him.
Thank you very much, Madam Second Deputy Speaker. Madam Second Deputy Speaker, is it in order for the Honourable Member who has just resumed his seat to thank Prophet Bushir and for getting to also thank Apostle Clifford Kawinga, who is also doing an equally important job in as far as food distribution is concerned and helping the people that have been stricken with hunger? Is it in order, Madam Speaker?
I mentioned the prophet because I didn't know about Kawinga. I didn't know about Kawinga. That's why I mentioned it.
Nchisi East is not in the House. Honorable Minister for Homeland, Nchisi East, are you here? No. Okay, Leader.
Madam, I stand to be guided when senior members, forgive me, one of members, we are all members of Parliament, but when senior members like my senior brother from Rumpi East uses words like, do you want us to belong to Tanzania? We can do that. Hey, there's nothing that you have done. There's nothing which is happening. Every time we stand in this house to start responding, because this is Parliament, people have to hear what's happening. I have a list of activities that government has done in its constituency. And I wanted you, Madam, with your indigency, there are about 4 or 6. There is Chalo, TDC, which was done by this government. And in this year, we are doing the water project at Chalo, which he has requested under GSED. And then I want to tell him and remind him that you have to go and check at construction of Chitimba Primary School, construction of Bombo Primary School Teacher House, construction of Zoo Primary School Teacher House, construction 2 classroom block at Luvichi, construction of Kambirombo Primary School, 2 teacher houses, construction of Chiweta Primary School staff rooms, and Chombe Primary School staff rooms. And then he also did a good job to install solar street lights and other so many things. And he has also done rehabilitation. CDF is government money. It's appropriated here. And if you have 100 million in your constituency and you come here and say, there's nothing that has happened to my constituency. What is happening, madam? No, this
I did acknowledge this.
The floor has been given to the leader.
This money is taxpayers' money.
Resume your seat.
This money is a taxpayers' money. They're appropriated here. CDF is appropriated here. Otherwise, we must change the meaning. If CDF is not government money, what is it that must be done? So the people of Lumpi East have benefited. If he has a request, let him make the request. The second thing, Madam Speaker, M1 Road consists of even Chiweta, where he represents. When we talk about M1 Road, he also belongs to him. But don't stand here and say there's nothing that has happened cheating Malawians. That's not in order, Madam.
Thank you. Honorable members, can we proceed please with the contributions? Honorable member, I gave you 10 minutes and the Honorable Minister was just clarifying a point of which you mentioned in your statement. So there is no way I can give you another 2 minutes or whatsoever. You had your 10 minutes, Honorable. Thank you. I recognize Minister of Homeland Security.
Yes.
After you, Honorable Minister of Natural Resources. In that order, please.
Madam Second Deputy Speaker, I stand before Madam Second Deputy Speaker, I stand before this House to contribute to SONA. Madam Second Deputy Speaker, I and the people of Nkatabe South, where T.A. Malingamzoma, T.A. Zirakoma, and Senior Chief Kamapiri are in full support of the SONA. Madam Second Deputy Speaker, Malawi is a country with a population of 19 million thereabout, and Malawi as a country has a president. And the current president is Dr. Lazarus Makasse Chakwera. And Dr. Lazarus Makasse Chakwera has a party. And the party that is there is Malawi Congress Party. After a period of 5 years, he will be tested. He will be tested whether the SONA he has delivered in this House is a heterogeneous or whether the SONA he has distributed in this House is heterogeneous. Because a SONA is a dream. A SONA is a hypothesis that somebody is planning to do, and it has to be approved, or it has to be Madam,
Honorable members, I don't want to mention names here. I don't want to mention names, even you. Honorable member,
Madam, you add more minutes for me.
I hear your voice. So I don't want to mention your name.
After 5 years, the SONA will stand before the president, whether it is a heterogeneous that it has fallen against the SONA, or whether it is homogeneous that it has succeeded with what he has done. Madam Deputy Speaker, this reminds me of a conceptual framework, or others they call it a theoretical framework, that the SONA is something that we have to measure. And for us to measure, we have to look at the variables that are there to see the process through that will make Chakwera successful or that will make Chakwera fail. And these variables are as follows, Madam Deputy Speaker. We have independent variable. In this term or in this regard, it is Malawi Congress Party as a government. Then we have a moderating variables. This we look at the president of the country, who is Dr. Lazarus Makathi Chakwera. We look at his ministers. We look at the MPs that are there for him. We look at the MDAs that are working with him. We look at the donor community that are surrounding him, and the community that is there to benefit. In that process, we come now where we see what will make this thing happen as influencing variables. And those variables I'm talking about, these are the ones that we're talking about the policy. You have noticed about the ATM policy that he has put in place. That is agriculture, tourism, and mining as a movement where when you say policy, we are looking at what should be done. And then we have other industrial policies. We have developmental policies that are labor. We have some that are value-added policies. We have what we call entrepreneurship policies that have all been put in place together to ensure that whatever the government that it has or is running should be able to achieve results. But in the same process, we have that we call intervening variables. These intervening variables, Madam, are so disturbing sometimes. And one of them, I would call DPP, is an intervening variable, because from what we heard from Honorable Chilenga, that they agreed that whatever the government does, they should reject. It's interfering. It's something that is not good. And then we have also the opposition team that are opposing for no reason, just opposing for the sake of opposing, just to frustrate the system. And we have also what we call, there are so many of them like corruption and other things. But in the end, they would want to achieve something, and that we call them dependable variables. And these dependable variables, from the look of things, are the developments that we are doing. We will see the growth. We have seen the growth, and right now, the economists have already indicated that there will be a growth of almost 4%, which is something that we are proud of, that now we are not going downwards, we are going forward. And at the same time, you have noticed of late that even electricity, blackouts are no longer there. It's an improvement. We are going up. Those, we call them dependent variables. There's so many. Electricity, we talk of water supply, we talk of so many things and other things. Madam Deputy Speaker, therefore, for one to vividly understand the SONA delivered in this House by Dr. Makathi Lazarus Chakwera on 9th September 2024, we need to understand the realities of abstract realities. And this entails the concept and then propositions that are there and the theories that have been applied in order to achieve what we want to achieve. And in so doing, understanding, we also need to understand the ladder of abstract. In this regard, I just want to tell this House that the ladder of abstract is the thing that these other people are not understanding. I put it that way. How am I saying that? In the ladder of understanding, I will cite an example of vegetation. Vegetation in this regard is the SONA, where you see just a bush, a forest. SONA, you see just a bush like a forest. And then we have fruits, those we call them fruits or trees of fruits. I would call
Consider winding
fruits.
up, Honorable Minister.
Madam, you took my time by these people that are talking so many things. I have to finish. Which is the developmental projects that are there. But when you go into details, we eventually see the banana tree. And this banana tree, this is where the growth is. That's where we call Chakwera has delivered or not. And the developments that have done so far, as I'm talking now, you know, they have planned for roads, and you have seen the roads that are being rehabilitated. M1 is being rehabilitated, M5 is being rehabilitated, Mango Chimakanjira, money has already been found, Mombera University, that was abandoned, is now being worked on, fuel availability is everywhere, introduction of electric vehicles are coming, mega farms, you have seen them coming, and then the rehabilitation of schemes are happening, tight security is there, good health facilities are emerging, exportation of labor is happening, entrepreneurship activities are happening, then industrialization is coming, then you need added value of commodities is there, industrialization, as I've said, even the miners are coming in to produce and plant big plants to process stones in this country. You know, reduction of imports is happening, increase in the export is happening, physical discipline, you have seen, redressing the public expenditure, you have seen, tax reforms, you have seen, financial liberalization, you have seen, tourism, you just said that from promoting tourism, you have seen reduction of payments and the promotion of tourism has happened, a sign that this government is going in the right direction. And when we apply what we call ANOVA in testing this type of approach, it gives the hypothesis other ways of vision as a leader.
With these remarks,
if this is calculated, a value of F greater than the value of the chosen level of the significance of the null hypothesis is rejected, which means if it is heterogeneous, it is rejected. But if the calculated value of F is less than the table value, we are hereby Chakwera is doing more than what he's saying in the SONA. Then the null hypothesis is accepted, and which means it is homogeneous. In this scenario, Madam Deputy Speaker, what it means is SONA is speaking to what is happening. SONA is speaking.
With these remarks, Honorable.
Yes. And Chakwera is on the ground.
Everyone gets 10 minutes.
Is on the ground and succeeding. And with these few remarks, allow me, Madam Deputy Speaker, to make a prophet that says, leadership is an action, okay, and not a position. This was written by Donald McGannon, for those that are doing research. Chakwera is here to do action.
Thank you.
And not for the position. I submit. Thank you. I and the people of Nkata Bay South support the SONA. Thank you.
Thank you very much, the people of Nkata Bay South. I did recognize the Minister of Natural Resources. You have 10 minutes.
Thank you, Second Deputy.
Honorable Minister, before you proceed, we have a point of order from Cholo South.
Cholo Southwest.
Cholo Southwest.
Thank you, Second Deputy Speaker, for giving us, the people of Cholo Southwest, a point of order. Is it in order for the Minister of Homeland Security to make a sweeping statement that us in opposition, we agreed that whatever the government does, we should oppose? Thank you.
Honorable Member, the Honorable Minister was referring to what was said, was it yesterday? By Honorable Member for Chitipa South. So Honorable for Chitipa South said, we in the opposition. That's what he said. So, thank you very much.
Second
Honorable
Speaker,
Minister for Natural Resources.
Yes. Second Deputy Speaker, Madam. I want to thank you for giving me this time. I will focus on. My focus...
Honorable Minister, address the chair, please.
Okay.
I will allow him because that's your second point of order, so let me give him a chance. That's Chiradzulu
West.
West.
Thank you so much, Right Honorable Deputy Speaker, for giving the people of Chiradzulu West to raise a point of order. Mine is a request as well, and probably guidance. The SONA delivered by the President of this country is a document that has come with input from the ministers. Does it make sense that we come here and the people that have come up with the SONA are now addressing us? Shouldn't it be us responding to the SONA to feed to the ministers what the government should do, other than giving the ministers all the space? Thank you, Second Deputy Speaker.
Honorable Member, as much as what you are saying makes sense, but there is no any standing order that bars the ministers from contributing to the SONA. Thank you. Unfortunately, we had it too. So I will recognize you after the Honorable Member of Natural Resources. I mean the Honorable Minister. You have the floor.
Second Deputy Speaker, Madam, I would like to focus on the introduction of the SONA. And one reason for my focusing on the introduction is what is happening just now. Second Deputy Speaker, Madam, when you look at when you read or understand what the President said, he said Malawi is 60 years. He did not say, don't say Alliance is 60 years. This is very, very critical because it does mean that the problems, the challenges, the crucibles that we are dealing with now are an accumulation of governance disorders that have been taking place before Tonse Alliance came into being. Amen. Therefore, when the President says, let us be serious, we are calling upon everybody, because this is our country, to work together to deal with these problems, because they were not born yesterday, they were not born during the time of Tonse Alliance.
Honorable members, I said we already had the 2 points of orders. Sorry? No. No, when I recognized him, when he started, I did give 2 points of orders.
Second Deputy Speaker, Madam, and let me also say, I did not mention any party that was guilty of governance disorders. I did not mention any party. I simply said in the past, before Tonse Alliance came into being. Madam Speaker, when we talk about seriousness, we are talking about facing reality. It's not to have illusions. As we sit here, we should know that leadership is about managing resources, colleagues, and opponents, which obligates all of us to work together. Now, when somebody is contributing, we should be paying attention, because there could be something that you can use for construction of your pathway in your constituency for development. Madam Deputy Speaker, another point which is very, very important is that when conscience speaks, the mouth simply follows orders. Yesterday, when Honorable Chilenga was making his submission, was Chitipa South.
Honorable, yes, Honorable
Chitipa
Minister,
South,
please refer him according to his constituency.
Chitipa South. one would have looked at him as somebody that was just uttering. But when you go to the Bible, you will see that when Pilate was writing on the cross, Jesus says, "This is the King of the Jews." And the Pharisees said, no, you should say, "He said." And he said, "No, what I have written, I have written." Why? When conscience speaks, the mouth simply carries orders. It is very important that as members of parliament, as we respect one another, I look up the time when people like the Honorable Machinga Likwenu, who is heavy in wisdom, should partner with any minister without fearing that psychiatric disorders of party behaviors will come and force such a heavyweight to wear size 2 of political shoes and not size 10. Either way, what I'm trying to qualify is that any of us can go anywhere because we are building Malawi together. When we talk about SONA, it's not about that party or this party. It's about all of us. These houses that we are talking about today, if they were built before Tonse Alliance, we wouldn't be talking about building these houses. But because they were not built, they are being built today. And things which Tonse Alliance will not do, somebody else will come and do. This is what we call together as one, we move forward. Madam Speaker, although I'm addressing you, somebody did say something which I must comment on, not to take it personal. He said, "Ali betu constituency paja." That's what constituency, I didn't deliver constituency. That's what was said. Yes. But you should know that even those people that are not in this chamber, they can contribute to the construction of Malawi. So the chiefs, everybody. So I just want to say, let's respect each other in that regard. Because if I start to examine your taxonomical integrity, then I'll lower you down. So let's move in that direction. Madam Second Deputy Speaker, let me say this, that leadership, leaders don't fail.
Address the chair, Honorable.
Okay. Let me address you, because Tekeran is my friend. Leaders do not fail because of mistakes. They fail rather because of deceit. What the president did to acknowledge that Malawi is going through these challenges is a display of leadership. Display of leadership. When you make a mistake and you acknowledge, that's leadership. You only fall as a leader when you deceive. So as a team in this house, we must together read and understand the SONA without trying to check where are the loopholes, that we should do, be sarcastic. It is not about that. It's about leveraging on what we have. Because to say the truth, we cannot do without the opposition. The opposition cannot do without the government side. The respect that you deserve is the respect that we deserve. Madam Second Deputy Speaker,
consider winding up, Honorable.
I am winding up to say what I'm calling for is unity so that our people should benefit. And I love the passion, the zeal that the leader of the House has when he talks about Malawi. This is what we should emulate. It doesn't matter that it's coming from the opposing side. With these few remarks, I support the SONA and wish the House well. Thank you.
Thank you very much. We had a point of order from Monkey Bear, but let me give the chance to lead off the House first.
Mine is not necessarily a point of order, but I wanted to address something. Madam, there is always murmuring when people are not using microphones to speak words that can irritate others in the House. Like, you are not, which constituency are you? And I wanted to say that not only our standing orders ask honorable ministers to speak, but the whole Constitution. And with our indigency, I wanted to lead. Constitution section 96 and subsection 1, I will lead E, that ministers must be available in Parliament for the purposes of answering any queries or participating in any debate pertaining to the content of the policies of the government. And therefore, it's not only our standing orders, but the whole Constitution. And it is you, your office, that summons ministers. And they have the whole right to respond, to debate, and to do their job. And when ministers see that people are trying actually to twist events or to twist facts, they have the right to stand and correct according to the Constitution. Thank you.
Thank you, Leader. And that's the reason why I always question you, where are the ministers when I don't see them here in the chamber when we are all gathered here? No, yes, I know. I've seen them, but I'm saying that's why I ask, where are the ministers? Yes, please. Thank you. Please, Monkey Bear, forgive me. He was the first one, but I did forget. Blantyre City South, and then I'll come to you.
Madam Speaker, we are not disputing the fact that ministers are supposed to respond to the point of orders. But is it fair, really, that people that were sent from the constituencies that do not rely on any cabinet reshuffle, not to be given a chance to respond to the SONA? I thought that priority should be given to those that have got constituencies first before it can be given to the cabinet ministers who don't have a constituency. It is very, very unfair for a member of parliament that was sent from his constituency who has not contributed to the SONA to be given a second chance instead of them being given the priority.
Thank you, Honorable.
That's our complaint. And if he's complaining, I'm the one who actually said he doesn't have a constituency, which is correct. You cannot deny or you cannot give priority to the minister who doesn't have a constituency over the members of parliament.
Honorable member.
That is my point, Madam Speaker.
Honorable member, thank you.
Thank you so much.
Before Mangochi Monkey Bear, I hope Mangochi Monkey Bear does not want to say something on the same. Because yes, we agree, some of the ministers do not have constituencies. That's the truth of the matter. But then the Constitution, even our standing orders, do allow them to rise and contribute. As the Honorable Leader has read the Constitution, it says, and participate. They have to be here and participate. So for me, if a minister is standing and then a bank bencher is standing, I'll give a priority to the minister. So it's no. It's up to them to say, let's give a chance to our honorable members to contribute instead of us. That's Mangochi Monkey Bear.
Through your indulgence, Madam Speaker, let me make a clarification. For example, the Minister of Homeland.
No, I have not recognized
the Minister
you.
of Homeland.
Honorable.
I didn't make any noise on the Minister of Homeland because he has a constituency. He has a constituency, he's got the right to be given the priority.
Honorable member, if you have a right, honorable member, amend the Constitution. I think you have a right. You can bring in whatever you want so that we can amend the Constitution, because I will not be able to do that. Resume your seat, Honorable. Resume your seat. Mangochi Monkey Bear.
Thank you very much.
Order, honorable members. Order.
Thank you very much, Second Deputy Speaker. And I want to assure you that I'm not going to comment on that particular issue.
I have a point of order to raise on the submission by the Honorable Minister of Natural Resources. Is it in order, Madam Speaker, for the Minister to contradict the State President who said in his SONA that the challenges that we are facing now, we are facing them at 60 years old and not at 56 years old. He said it because he knew that Tonse Alliance 4 years is part of the disorders. That the 4 years of Tonse Alliance are included in the 60 years. So the disorders have included the disorders by Tonse Alliance. And yet, the Minister of Natural Resources says all these challenges we are facing are because of the previous governments who operated the 56 years ago. So, is it in order to contradict the State President? We have been told here that ministers are supposed not to twist statements, but they are the ones twisting statements to say that the 60 years does not include Tonse Alliance, when Tonse Alliance is about to finish its term and the disorders are still there.
Thank you, Honorable.
Are still there. Thank you.
Thank you, Honorable, for Mangochimankibe. I think it will not be fair to say that the challenges are there today, they were not there yesterday. The challenges have been there. They were there, they are here, they will be there. So even the Tonse Alliance are there. They cannot manage to do everything at once. So the challenges were there, they are there, they will be there. Thank you. Honorable members, Honorable members, I have been recognizing men. Let me give a chance to the only lady who is standing. Zomba Malosa, you have 10 minutes. Zomba Malosa, you have your 10 minutes for contribution.
Thank you so much, Second Deputy Speaker, for allowing people of Zomba Malosa to comment on the SONA. First Deputy Speaker, without wasting time, I would like to comment on what the President said on the MVAC report, which is the access of maize. First Deputy Speaker, I would like to comment on that because, like in my constituency, whenever we are doing the votes, voted with at least 30,000 registered voters. That's what I have in my constituency. But now on this MVAC report, only 765 people were eligible to receive free maize. Now, it pains me to see on the SONA of the President saying that at least he has shared maize, because if I have to do some percentages, it means those percentages cannot even come to 1%, because you can see 30,000 to 765, it's little. So I would like to ask the President to think more about Zomba Malosa. We have got a lot of people that are suffering, they're sleeping with hunger, and I would like also to suggest that whenever maybe the ministers are compiling reports, let them tell the President the truth that it's just a little percentage that have been given. And the President talked about AIP. I would like to report like that up to today, people from Zomba Malosa have not finished receiving their urea. This is February, almost the 20th, and on normal circumstances, we're supposed right now to having green crops, though it's the El Nino that has given us this problem. But now, in case we had good rains, it meant that my people in Zomba Malosa could have had no urea. So whenever the President is talking about 80 or 90% in his SONA, I'm really wondering that where is Zomba Malosa, because on the 5,000 beneficiaries, only 3,000 managed to get the fertilizer. It's just of now that fertilizer this week has started trickling in, which hasn't been good to Zomba Malosa. I would really want, whenever people are reporting to the president, let them report to him things that are good, not things that whenever we listen to them, we start murmuring. Because he's a president, he needs to have correct information so that things change. But with this kind of idea, next year again we'll have this same problem. Imagine last year we had the same problem of fertilizer. This year again we have had the same problem of fertilizer. And if we keep on lying to the president, we'll still have this kind of problems. I would like to urge those people that give this information to the president to give him right information. In the president's sona, he talked about Domas Community Hospital. If I remember very well, I had my first 105 last session just because of the Domas Community Hospital. This hospital started way back in 2011 or so, which hasn't finished up to today. Of late, I think when I resumed my office, I tried to push, and whenever in this house they allocate money, like 1 billion, when we reach in my constituency at Domasi, there's no money. That's why even I've been asking the Minister of Finance maybe to explain to me what wrong did the people of Domasi do that they cannot finish that hospital. By finishing that hospital, I've always said it's going to decongest Zomba Central Hospital. So if Domasi Community Hospital is completed today, it's not going only to help people from Zomba Malosa. It's going to help almost everyone. Well, I've got a neighboring constituency like Zomba Sondole that doesn't have any hospital. It relies on Zomba Malosa's clinic, that Genius Health Center, which is right now it's in a very bad state. So I really want to ask Minister of Health and the Minister of Finance also to at least give the president right percentages on how the level of Domasi Community Hospital. It would be nice I stand here and say Domasi Community Hospital is finished. I would like again the comment on tourism, and I'm happy today that I heard the Minister of Tourism talking about Chilema, the Chilema tree. I'm happy to say that Chilema tree happens to be in my constituency. And again, I think the past 3 sonas have commented on this. I've got Falls, William Falls, right at Kuchawe. I really wonder why maybe the minister, whether maybe now I'm still confused since the leader of the house told us that Minister of Tourism is about animals and Minister of Climate Change is about trees. I don't know where this thing is going to fall on. We have falls. These falls, if we can market very well, they can bring a lot of income. We've had Malawians leaving Malawi just going to Zambia or to Zimbabwe to see the Victoria Falls. But we have our own falls here in Malawi. We don't make use of those falls. I really want to ask the Minister of Tourism, take your time and go and see those falls. And I'm ready even to support you on the Chilema tree to publicize it. At least let us be proud of what we have in Malawi, rather than just maybe thinking on something that we don't have. So on this one, please come to Kuchawe Mountain and see this William Falls. Because I know once these falls are in action, my people are going to get some employment and at least come on employment, and even they are going even to sell their staffs. So I really want to encourage you on that. And on transport, the president talked about Shingen.
Consider winding up, Honorable.
Okay, I'm finishing. He talked about Shingen Zomba Road. I'm telling you, Madam Second Deputy Speaker, it's very sad that every time this road is mentioned in this house, And it's very bad because even almost everybody that is coming from Zomba, Liwonde, they always think we people who are coming from Zomba or Liwonde, maybe we don't come and represent them in this house. We are made to pay money at Chimgenito Gate. Then after just paying the money, we enter in a road that gives you baggage. So I would like to ask the second deputy speaker, at least let the president do something. It's not good every time he should come and say, oh, they are maintaining, oh, they are doing this, they are doing this. It's in very bad state. We are depending on those boys that are putting soil in that road. And I'm very sure that on this point, if somebody says, hey, in this house, I think he's going to do, not going to do justice to any Malawian. I would like to ask that the president do something on our Zomba road. Because actually the people in my constituency sent me to say if maybe they cannot fix the road.
Is about to conclude, Honorable.
If the people in my constituency say that if the road is not going to be fixed soon, maybe let them stop paying at the Chingenito Gate, let them fix themselves the road, because now they are tired with those potholes, the drum holes that are in the Zomba Chingeni Road. With these few remarks, Madam Second Deputy Speaker, Zomba Malosa does not support the SONA. Thank you.
Honorable members, it's 28 minutes. Leader of the House.
Madam, somebody is asking the president and he says doesn't support the president.
Eight.
And these issues, madam, when we stand as ministers, is not to gag members. Somebody is saying there's no food and he wants the president and he doesn't want to support the president. Let's differentiate between politics and government and the service delivery. The road that he's talking about is in the SONA. When you read the SONA, the president has mentioned that road. And he's asking for the same road and he says he doesn't support the SONA. What is that? Isn't that confusion? The road he's talking about, if you read in the SONA, you find it. And then he says, I don't support the SONA. Let's not politic for the sake of politic. Let's service Malawians in this house.
Thank you. Thank you, honorable members. I now suspend the House for a healthy break. We'll be back at 3 minutes after 4. House suspended.
ndimathokoza choyamba kuti akuluakulu oyang'anira nyumba imeneyi komanso president ndi tonse government leadership kuti anandipatsa mwayi oti ineyo ndikhale ndi ntchito yapamwamba imeneyi yofuna kutsogolera nyumba ya malamulo komanso kuipempha kuti ikambirane pa zimene president analankhula. Choncho ntchito yanga yayikulu pamenepo ndimafuna kuwaonetsera zikuluzikulu zimene president anazilankhula pa tsiku limene amapereka uthenga wake ku dziko lino la Malawi mu imene timayitchula kuti State of the Nation Address. Ndiye mukuona kwanga mukuunika kwanga mu zolankhula zimene president analankhula pa 9 February mnyumba ya malamulo ndinapesapo fundo ziwiri zimene president analankhula makamaka. Fundo yoyamba imene tinayigwira ndiyoti president akudandaula ku mtundu wa Malawi kuti tisataye mtima tikhalebe ndi chiyembekezo chifukwa dziko lathu lingakhale tikudutsa mavuto osiyanasiyana anjala matenda komanso posachedwa pakunala namondwe zimenezo president akutilimbisa mtima kunena kuti yayi musadandaule chithandizo chipezeka ndipo zina zamba kuthandizidwa kale kuti anthu akulandira chimanga chaulere komanso kulandira ndalama zija zochuluka panopo za mtukula pa khomo ena akulandira ndalama zomakwana mwina pafupi 150,000 ndi zina zotero. Zonsezo zikutanthauza kuti president amatipatsa chiyembekezo kuti ngati Malawi tisataye mtima, iwo ali nafe limodzi atigwira manja kuti ngati dziko nafenso atipulumutsa ku mavuto amene tikudutsamo ngati dziko. Mbali yachiwiri imene ndinayipeza pamene president analankhula mu zolankhula zawo ndi mbali imene ikukhudza kuti anapereka dandaulo kapena kuti kutilimbikitsa ngati Malawi kuti tizikhala serious, tizikhala anthu amene zochita zathu tikukhala ndi chidwi pa chimene ifeyo tikufuna kuti tikwaniritse. Ndiye pamutu umene wa president analankhulapo kunena kuti ntchito zina za chuma sizikuyenda bwino, kumachilekelera chuma chikusakazika, zinthu zisakuyenda bwino, kupezeka kuti ndalama kumatsika mphamvu nthawi ndi nthawi imene pa Chingereza amati inflation, zimene zikuoneka kuti pa magawo 100 imatsika mphamvu ndi pafupi magawo 30 mopitirira mopanda control, mopanda kutetezedwa. Zimenezi zimaononga kwambiri chuma cha dziko komanso zimasokoneza miyoyo ya anthu chifukwa choti katundu amakhala odula kwambiri. Ndiye iwo anapereka chitsanzo ngati chimenecho kuti ndi zina mwa zimene zikuonetsera kuti sitimakhala serious kwenikweni ndi zimene ife timapanga ngati dziko. Ndiye komalizira chimene ndinachigwira ndichonena kuti president anayerekeza kuti mavuto azachuma amene tikudutsamo ngati dziko iwo amayerekeza ndi kuti chuma chathu chikudwala matenda. Mu chuma chathu mwalowa matenda, magazi amene amayendetsa chuma chathu mwaloweka matenda, ndipo matenda amenewa ndi amene tikuoneka kuti chuma chathu chikutentha thupi ndichovutika kwambiri. Ndiye ine ndinasangalala ndi chitsanzo chimenechi kuti iwo anachiyerekeza chuma ndi thupi la munthu mmene limadwalira. Ndipo tine ndinagwira ntchito mchipatala kwa zaka 14 ndinasangalala ndi mutu umenewu ndipo ndinakhazikikapo kwambiri kuti tsopano ndimalitenga dziko mu chitsanzo changa kuti dziko lili ngati mayi amene akudwala. Tidziwe kuti Malawi akwanitsa zaka 60 posachedwapa, koma noti kayang'anitsitsa mayi ameneyu palibe chenicheni chimene wapindulapo. Chimene changomudzaza pano ndi matenda okhudzana ndi zachuma komanso anamondwe ndi zina zimene zinapangitsa kuti chuma cha dziko chisayende bwino. Ndiye ndinapereka zitsanzo zabwino zimene kuti yayi tisataye mtima chifukwa president tsopano amba kubwesa ndondomeko zabwino zimene zithandize kuti chuma cha dziko lino chisinthe. Ndipo fundo zawo ndi zitatu. Fundo yoyamba akulimbikitsa ulimi, fundo yachiwiri akulimbikitsa kwambiri kuti Malawi ayambenso ntchito zokhudzana ndi kukopa alendo kuti alendo adzibwera ambiri Malawi muno. Koma fundo yachitatu imene ayilimbikitsa ndiyoti panopo tidziwe kuti pali chuma china mu nthakamu pamene tingapeze chuma kuchokera m'miyala ya mtengo wapatali. Poyamba tinkangoti chuma chili mnthaka potanthauza kulima ulimi wa mbewu zosiyanasiyana, koma president akunenanso kuti yayi nzoona chuma chili munthaka koma munthakamo muliso miyala ya mtengo wapatali. Ndiye tikufunika kuti tilimbikitse mfundo zimenezi. Ndiye president atilimbikitsa kuti ndi fundo zitatu zimenezi ndi pamene chuma cha Malawi chingasinthe chifukwa chipangitsa kuti tikalimbikira ulimi ndiye kuti chakudya chizipezeka chokwanira, tikalimbikira nkhani yokopa alendo ndiye kuti tsopano chuma chenicheni ndalama zakunja ndi zina zizipezeka zochuluka mdziko muno. Komanso pamene tikuyambitsanso ndondomeko za ku migodi zimenezo zithandizanso kwambiri kuti chuma cha dziko lino chikwere komanso anthu apeze ntchito zochuluka. Ndiye tinakhazika kwambiri mu debate yanga pamapeto pake ndinapempha nyumbayi kuti tiganizire mozama pa fundo zimene president anapereka mu statement yawo ndi kuti ngati dziko tipindula kwambiri ngati titatsatira zimene president wa dziko lino Dr. Lazarus Makathi Chakwera akutilimbikitsa ngati Amalawi mu zitsanzo kapena mu ndondomeko iwoyo zimene ayika mu kayendesedwe ka chuma cha dziko lino.
Chipani cha Malawi Congress Party chinandipasa mphamvu yonena kuti ndichite second motion imeneyi yokhuzana ndi members onse a nyumba ya malamulo kapena kuti aphungu a nyumba ya malamulo kuti ayambe kukambirana zimene president wa dziko lino anayankhula pa Chisanu Sabata yapitayi. Nkhani yayikulu inali yofuna kuthirapo amene akuomba mkota pa ubwino umene ineyo malo mwa anthu aku Lilongwe South East komanso chipani cha Malawi Congress Party ubwino umene tinauona mu ndondomeko zimene president a dziko lino anayankhula. Ngati munamvetsera bwinobwino ndinayamba ku nkhani ya zamaphunziro yomwe kwa ine ndinachiona kunena kuti ndichanzeru kuti bwana president a dziko lino anakhuzapo pa nkhani ya zamaphunziro chifukwa maphunziro amakhala ngati kusunga kwa zinthu sikungoononga ayi. Chifukwa chake nditayamikira president chifukwa chonena kuti mbali ya zamaphunziro palembedwa aphunziro ochuluka kwambiri ku primary school komanso ku secondary school komanso ena akwezedwa kuchoka ma position amene anali maudindo amene anali kupita maudindo ena. Ndi chimenechi tinachoona kuti ndi chinthu chofunikira kwambiri kuti tichiyankhule komanso tichitambasule ndi kuwapemphaso aphungu a zipani zina kuti chonde popeza zinthu zikuchitika dziko lonse la Malawi posayang'ana kumene kuchokera president aliyense abwere tikambirane bwinobwino mpaka timalize nkhani yokhuzana za maphunziro imene ili musona. Komanso ndinazakhuzako ku mbali ya zamagesi dziko kuti lipite patsogolo pamafunika kuti pazikhala mphamvu ya magetsi. Mbuyomu ndinakambapo kunena kuti magesi amazimazima koma kwa Malawi amene ali oona mtima akhoza kuvomerezana nane kunena kuti ndale kuyika pambali mchitidwe chogula majenereta kuti no azitipangira magesi sunatithandize chifukwa unangoonjezeranso mavuto ena azachuma. Fa majenereta amene anagulidwa nthawi imene ija amatenga mafuta ambiri motero sichinali cha zero. Koma atabwera president anatithandizira kwambiri kunena kuti nkhani yokhuzana za magesi anayikhuza ndipo panopa magesi sakuzimazima. Ndi chimene ndinazakambapo ku nkhani yokhuzana ndi magesi. Kuchoka apo ndinakambaponso za chikhalidwe kapena kuti social welfare za mavuto kumana osiyanasiyana amene anthu amakumana nawo. Chifukwa chonena kuti ku Malawi kuno Amalawi ambiri tikumana ndi zobetchera zosiyanasiyana makamaka chifukwa chokuti kuna chiluka mavuto ku chigawo chakumwera kunali cyclone imene inaononga kwambiri adzathu akuchilazulu ku Phalombe ku Mulanje komanso ku Tcholo pang'ono kupita ku Chikwawa mpaka ku Nsanje. Ndiye madera ngati amene aja boma layikaso njira zapadera zimene ikupereka ndalama kwa anthu osiyanasiyana. Mabanja akuperekedwa mbuyo mumapereka 9,000 koma boma lichikomera kunena kuti ikweze kufikisa pa 19,000. Ndinachoona kuti chinthu chimene chija ndichofunikira kwambiri. Chinthu chofunikira chifukwa chonena kuti president ngakhale amachokera chigawo chapakati koma Malawi amene akuchokera chigawo chakumwera makamaka chadera limene kuti ambiri aphungu ake ndi a chipani chotsutsa boma. President sanayang'ane ku nkhani ya ndale komanso mtundu koma mangowaona anthu aja ngati Amalawi. Ndi achiona chanzeru kuti president pasenso zofunikira anthu amene aja ndi chimene naona kuti nanenso ndiombepo mkota. Koma mugwirizana nanenso kunena kuti president natiyang'anira ngati achinyamata inenso kha chairperson wa aphungu onse achinyamata mu nyumba ya malamulo. Ndinachoona kuti achita chinthu chanzeru kwambiri poyamikira asikana amene amasewera Scorchers timu ya dziko lino ya mpira wa miyendo imene inachita bwino ku Kosafa. Ndi chimene chonso ndinachoona kuti president achita chisankho chabwino poonetsetsa kuti anthu amenewa alimbikise pa podium ngati ya parliament pene anachitira mucha. Pachifukwa cha ichi tinachoona kuti ndichofunikira komanso ndinali okuti kuonesa kukhumudwa kwanga kumene kunachitika malingana ndi chipani chotsutsa boma. Phungu wa chipani chotsutsa boma amene ali ochokera ku Mwanza Central anayima chaka chatha mu April nyumbayi kuwapempha anduna komanso boma kuti liyamangire stadium. Ndipo movomereza pempho limeneli president anatuma nduna ya maboma ang'onoang'ono kuti apite ku Mwanza ndikapasa anthu chiyembekezo. Ndipo president anatuma nduna imene kupita ku Mwanza panopa stadium ili nkati kumangidwa. Koma chifukwa choti phungu atapempha kupasidwa yankho pamene amakapasidwa yankho anapezeka kuti achipani chotsutsa boma anaona kuti chinali chabwino samayenera kutero, ndipo pano tikuyankhula pano anapezeka kuti anachotsedwa chipani chawo cha DPP. Ndiye zimenezo tinazaziyankhulanso kuti si chinthu cha nzeru, chifukwa munthu uja amangopempha zinthu zimene anthu ake amafuna, zinthu zimene anthu ake anamupempha kuti achitire. Ndi chifukwa chake ndinaona kuti tikhuzeponso mbali imene, koma ndinawunikiraponso kunena kuti program imene yomanga stadium ili mkati, ndipo maziko onse ozungulira mpanda umenewo akumbidwa, ndipo miyala imene imalimbisa maziko amenewa yonse yathiridwa mozungulira mpanda umenewo. Zonse zimene zinali pa ground imene zonse zinagumulidwa, ndipo panasalazidwa panopa ntchito yomanga stadium ija ili mkati kuyenda bwino, chimene ndinachiona kuti ndimayeneranso ndikhuzepo. Ndinazakhuzaponso pa china chimene a president anazakamba zokhuzana ndi local government, nthawi imene amali udza dziko zimene zachitika mu chaka chimenechi, komanso kupereka masomphenya awo. Anazakambaponso zonena kuti pali maphungu ena onena kuti akapita kumakuka akatsekera parliament amapezeka kuti akunena kuti bomali palibe chimene chachita, palibe chilichonse chimene kuchitika. Koma mundivomereza kunena kuti zinatengera President Dr. Lazarus Chakwera kukweza CDF kuchoka pa 24 million kukayifikisa pa 100 million, kusonyeza kuti anapinda mwina tingonena kuti katatu. Ndiye kukweza kamene pa katatu kwa CDF posayang'ana kumene munthu akuchokera, posayang'ana chipani, posayang'ananso mtundu wa munthu, zathandiza kuti phungu ina aliyense akwanise kupanga chitukuko kumadera awo. Ndiye ndinazakhuzaponso pambali imeneyo kunena kuti no ndikapanga space aliyense mbali ina iliyonse, kaya ndi yakuchipatala kaya ndi za maphunziro kuchokera kumsanje mpaka chitipa, posayang'ana chipani aliyense akupindulapo. Ndi chifukwa chake ndinakhuza ma constituency anthu ena mwachitsanzo amene anayerekezedwa kuchokera kuchipani cha DPP kuti akhoza kukhala mtsogoleri wa zipani zotsutsa boma, mwapeza nkhaniyo ili ku court, ndiye mwina zinayima kale. Nawonso pachisanu adayankhula kuti zimene zikuyankhulidwa ndi president zinali zopanda pake, koma ndimangofuna kuwakumbutsa ndili mparliament muja kunena kuti mwina anayiwala kuti ngakhale kwawo kwa Khwetemole uli msewu umene unamangidwa chifukwa chakuti CDF yatani kodi yakwezedwa, komanso mwina anayiwala kuti kuli ka hefe post kamene kanamangidwa chifukwa choti CDF inakwezedwa ndi Achakwera. Ndi pali ma constituency ambiri mukapita ngati ku Lumpi East mukapeza kuti ngakhale magesi ogwisa ntchito solar apangidwa ayikidwa mu M1 chifukwa chakukwera kwa CDF. Ndiye ndi zinthu zimene kwa phungu amene ali oona mtima, amene amaopa Mulungu, akudziwa kunena kuti chipani komanso President Dr. Lazarus Chakwera akukonda wina aliyense posayang'ana kumene akuchokera, posayang'ana chipani, posayang'ana mtundu wake wa munthu, zomwe zikusiyana ndi zimene zimachitika nthawi ya DPP. Nthawi imene ife tinali aphungu anthu a DPP amagawana ndalama kuseri, CDF anayikabe pa 24 million, koma phungu wina aliyense wa DPP kuseri anapasidwa mwayi okatenga chitukuko cha 18 million kwacha, zomwe sizikuchitika pa nthawi inoyo ya Chakwera. Akutiona tonse ngati Amalawi posasankha kuti uya kuchokera mbali akuchokera kungoyikweza kuti kandi wa DPP ukalowa nyumba azikatukwana anamonjezera, kandi wa MCP okuti akuchita support, kandi wa UTM, kandi wa PP, kangakhalenso wa Ford, aliyense anapasidwa mofanana. Ndi mwachidule kwambiri zimene ndinayankhula mparliament zinali zokhuzana zimenezonso.
President anayankhula zambiri, ndi ndinasankhako zingapo zoti ndiyafotokozera Malawi malingana imene tikuganizira. Nkhani yoyambirira ngati nkhani ya njala yomwe ili mdziko muno. Mukudziwa inu kuti chaka ndi chaka timabwera muno ku budget session ngati ino ya parliament ndikupereka ndalama za nkhani ku nduna wa zamalimidwe kuti ndalama zilowe ku programu ya boma ija ya zipangizo zotsika mtengo za ulimi. Ndalama zimakhala zochuluka, koma kuti muonenso chaka chomwecho kumapezeka kuti njala yafikapo kwambiri mdziko muno. Zimene zikuchitika chifukwa cha mavuto ankhani omwe akuta ndondomeko imeneyi. Kuli nkhani yakatangale, kuli nkhani yoma timati madobadoba, anthu ena kubwera kunamiza kuti nati kupasani fertilizer osabweresa, ndalama katero zikupita pansi zikulowa madzi. Ndiye timanena kuti program imene bwanji ya AIP bwanji iunikidwenso, aboma iunike kuti kuli nthawi ngati ino ndipofunika kuti zikhala tikupereka ndalama za nkhani ku chinthu chimene chichi pomwe sitikupindula chifukwa ndalama zomwezo mwina kuzigwiritsa ntchito njira ina zikhoza kuthandiza pobweretsa chakudya chokwanira mdziko muno. Nkhani ina inali nkhani yokhuza zomwe akuchita boma panopa la tonse mene lilimu akumasamutsa maofesi ofunika kwambiri mabungwe omwe ndi aboma madepartment aboma ku Blantyre wachotsa kuwabweretsa kuno ku Lilongwe. Panopa Blantyre ija ikufa chifukwa cha mavuto ngati amene wawo. Tipanda kuti ngati pali mfundo imene banja iunikenso asapitirize kupha mzinda wa Blantyre. Chifukwa chani? Chifukwa chonena kuti zinachitikaponso Kamuzu atasamutsa likulu la Malawi choka ku Zomba kupita kuno ku Lilongwe. Zomba inaonongeka. Zomba zinthu zinalowa pansi kwambiri. Zikuchitikanso kwambiri kunoko nthawi ino pansi pa boma ilili. Komanso manena kuti tikatenga mzinda wa Lilongwe mene ulili mzinda wa Lilongwe ukuchita kuvuta kuyenda bweretsa maproject ambirimbiri nthawi imodzi kuti okonza misewu. Maproject achoti anayamba kalekale zaka zikupita tsopano paliponse akumba basa angokumba pena paliponse maproject omwe sakutha. Manena kuti inde maproject ndofunika koma bwanji tizibweretsa maproject inde ambiri kumano maproject oti titha kuwakwanitsa kuwamaliza. Mene zochitika ku Lilongwe kunoko sindikukhulupirira kuti maproject aja akhala atatha pakutha pa chaka chino nkhani chaka chamawa zitivutirapo. Chifukwa chani strategy yawo inavutirapo anangofuna kuti china chilichonse chibwere pa nthawi imodzi chibwere kuno ngati ku Lilongwe pomweno muna mwake akanagawa ma project aja kuti ayambe msewu wina amalize atsegule ayambe wina bweza tokamba zinthu zina kuleka ndi kuti angozipanga zonse mbali imodzi zationongeranso mzinda uno wabwino wa Lilongwe.
Tinayamikira pofunika kuyamikirapo, tinadzudzula pofuna kudzudzulapo, tinapempha kuti asinthe zinthu zina zimene zofunika kusintha. Mwachitsanzo nkhani ya AIP kumene ndimachokera ine kuzomba Mtoni anthu ambiri sanapindula AIP. Anthu omwewa ndamene maprogramu antukula pakhomo palibepo, climate smart palibepo, anthu omwewa ndamene anavutikanso ndi cyclone Fred ndi anthu osakupindula chilichonse. Ndiye timapempha pomwe kuti mwina AIP ithe tiyambise maprogramu amaklabu kuti alimi tisamapatse fertilizer waulere kamene otchipa chonchicha koma wamtengo wake wenoyenerera kwa mwangongole kuti akakolola zokolola zawo zibweza ngongoleyo muzokolola zomwezo. Tilekeze ndatenga matumba awiri angongole pobweza mwina ndikabweza matumba 4 achimanga. Choncho chimanga chichi chidzipita kwa adimake kapena tizikadzasisa nkhokwe zathu kuti amene sanathe kulima amene ali pa mtukula pakhomo kamene climate smart adzikagula chimanga chimene chicha kwa adimake. That means adimaki ikhala kugwira ntchito. Ntchito ina ya adimaki ndi pa Chingereza mati price stabilization, kutsitsa mitengo. Kwa adimaki wakhati kuli chimanga, mavenda onse amatsitsa. Ndiyo kuti adimaki ikhala mchimanga, chimanga chikhala chochipa. Nkhani ina yachiwiri inali nkhani ya zimene bwana anena za nkhani ya mafocus area atatu amene ali agriculture, tourism ndi mining. Ndinakomentaso pamene popo makamaka pa nkhani ya agriculture ayo ku AIP dziko lino linali ndi alangizi mbuyo musaoneka nani ma deep tank sizimaoneka. Panopo unduna wa zaulimi wangosanduka ngati bungwe longoyang'ana za AIP zokha kuiwala nkhani ya extension services, kuiwala nkhani ya livestock, kuiwala nkhani ya research. Through research ifeyo ngati Malawi tinapezako mavalaiti antedza ngati CG7, chalimbana, malimba ndi mipunga ngati fire ni mpunga tomangidwa Malawi kuno unapangidwa ndi ma researchers ma scientists aji Malawi. Mpunga usumira kwina kuli konse dziko lapansi. Mpunga ununkhira uloposa kwekambero komano tapanga chani ngati dziko kupanga promote zinthu ngati zimene zathu zomwe. Pa nkhani ya alangizi sitingakambeza ulimi ngati alangizi athu salophunzitsidwa olokulibeko. Sitingakambeza ulimi posayang'ana nkhani za nyama chifukwa chakudya nyama zili muchakudya zomwezo. Nkhani ya tourism ndanena bonso nkhani ya kuti munthu upita kusalima lese ku waterfront uzilipira 200,000 kwacha one night. Kukhala 10 nights mweyo chako ni 2 million chako tutupatize ntiza kudya mwina 3 million. 3 million iyi ntolipira ndege kupita ku Asia kakhala 10 nights ndikweraso ndege kumabwera kuno. Imene kwathu kuno zinthu zikudula chonchi chifukwa chani. Ndiye ngati unduna ona za tourism uchitepo kanthu pa nkhani imeneyi. Pa nkhani ya mining tukaba nkhani ya mining ile ngati focus area imodzi imene boma la tonse lofuna kupanga koma funso kumati tikuchedwa bwanji chaka chino cha 4 kampeni ya genuine yomaliza ya tonse government ndi ngani budget ndi inayo ndi campaign budget bwanji samapanga implement zitumbuyo china chimene kuti boma lili slow kupanga implement analowa zaka 4 zapitazo mega farms akuyamba kupanga implement lero anali kuti pamene anthu athu akuvutika anthu amene tayika m'mipando sagwira ntchito moyenerera kufuna kuthandiza Malawi amene akuvutika kumudziwo maspeech abwana chakwera ndokoma kwambiri amayankhula zomveka koma zomvekazi ndi chizungu chabwinochi tikapita pa ground zikufanana ndi zimene zikuyankhulidwa kuyankhula ma statistics ambiri kuyankhula mawu akuluakulu a mchizungu sizikutanthauza kanthu ngati anthu athu akufa ndi njala kumudzi kuli mavuto akulu ndiye tifuna zizifanana zinthu zakayankhula zinthu namba komenta sona kuyambira chaka choyambirira beautiful speeches komano chimene tikuchita pa ground ndi miyoyo yathu sinthe nchiyani